Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back at it with another daily update video, and overall had a good day in the market today. So taking a look at the heat map here, we can see a lot of green on the board. Big tech had a good day. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft up about 1.5 to 2%. Apple did not have such a great day, and I was actually pretty bullish on Apple today because they had their conference today and they were going to talk about their new products and their lineup, and I thought they would get a nice pump. But you know, it seems like the run up to the conference, they got a nice pump, which I'll show you in a second. But then once the conference started, it immediately started selling off. So let's just take a quick look at Apple real quick before we get going in terms of my plays for today. And we can see, if you look at the daily graph here, had a nice little run up, and then it's sold off all afternoon long, and then right in power hour within the last 15 minutes actually, from 3:45 to 4 p.m. at market close, Apple rallied from about 114 back up to 115 to close pretty much right where we closed yesterday. So all of a sudden it was pretty much a wash during the day, but seems like this was a case of the buy the rumor, sell the news. But I did not have any Apple options open, but I will say I did consider opening up a put credit spread on Apple because I thought that the stock was going to pump off good news from this conference, but it really didn't. So let's just take a look at the plays I did make. And you know, I have 200 shares of AMD, if you've been following my videos, that I have at a cost basis of $85, or at least that's where I was assigned shares, not accounting for the premium that I received along the way. AMD had a nice little pump this morning. I mean, we did open up in the red, which was a little scary. We were down about 0.3%, sold off really hard within the first 15 minutes, down almost 2%. But then we rallied back really quickly within about 10 minutes. I mean, look, from 9:45, AMD was at 76.42. 10 minutes later, it was at 78.30 in the green. And then we rallied hard all the way up to basically noontime. And it was at this point, once I saw we were rallying pretty hard and the RSI was really overbought, that I decided to open up some covered calls before we kind of came back down to earth. So I was able to open up some covered calls at the 85 strike on AMD, and I opened up 2 of them because I own 200 shares of AMD, and the premiums for this Friday just weren't that great. So let's just take a look at the options chain here. So selling covered calls for this Friday, September 18th at $85, I was looking at somewhere around $20, $19 in premium, and it just wasn't that great because if we do, let's just say for argument's sake, $20 in premium divided by $8,500 in collateral or capital that I have per contract, that's only a 0.2% return on my risk, which is very low, to be honest with you, especially since I feel like the market volatility has been pretty good. The VIX has been around 25 lately, whereas the past few weeks it was in the low 20s, maybe even like 20-ish. So I said, you know what, and I mentioned this in my video from last night, the premiums for 2 weeks out, September 25th, were much better. So I looked at the 85 strike for 2 weeks out, and you can see the premiums right now are $76 compared to, I believe it was $16, right? So just doing a little bit of math, 76 divided by 16, the premiums right now are almost 5 times better on AMD for just selling an option or selling the call 2 weeks out as opposed to for this coming Friday. So that was a bit of a no-brainer for me. So I was actually able to sell a covered call on AMD at the 85 strike for the following Friday, September 25th. And I was able to get in at $97 per contract, which was amazing because I love my brokerage, because what I actually did was I put in an order for $95 and my brokerage actually filled me at a better price. It filled me at $97. So I actually got $2 per contract essentially for free, or because my broker kind of got me the better price. So I'm really happy about that. And you know, over 2 contracts, that's an extra $4 that basically would cover your cost of commissions for say. So, or long-term viewers know, $4 can buy you a taco or 2. So I'm really happy about that. But right now, my max profit is $97 per contract times 2 contracts. So my max profit over about a week and a half, right? Because we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week and all next week, is $194 for my 2 covered calls on AMD at the 85 strike. So I'm looking pretty good right now, actually, because you can see we closed the day with its valuation at $76. So 97 minus 76, I'm already up $21 per contract. So I'm already up about $42 in total. And that means I'm already up 21%, or actually a little over 21% of my contracts. So I made 20% in one trading day already on my AMD calls. So super stoked about that. And let's just take a look at the trading view chart to see what AMD is doing. So this is the graph on AMD. These are daily candles, so each candle represents one day. If you followed my video, my 10-minute trade video from 2 days ago, you knew I drew these support and resistance lines and also this gap right here. But as you can see, we're still trading between what I believe is support at around 75 and resistance at about 83. I mean, we got up as high as about 80 and then promptly rejected off that. So I don't know, but it may be another resistance here at around 80. We'll have to keep an eye on that because there's the wick of this candle here. There's today's wick. There's also a candle right here back on August 11th. So this might be another area of resistance at $80. We'll have to see how AMD trades the rest of the week. But I did contemplate or think about selling a covered call at around $83 or $84 to get a little bit more premium. But I said, you know what? There's a lot of potential catalysts happening this week because the Fed's FOMC meeting starts tomorrow and Thursday. And then, of course, Thursday we have the weekly unemployment numbers coming out. So, you know, who knows if Jerome Powell dishes out some good news tomorrow and Thursday, maybe the whole market rallies and we go green. So I wanted to make sure that if I did get my shares called away, that they're at my cost basis of 85 and I can collect full premium along the way. So I wanted to play a little bit safe today and, you know, not have to stress about it. Because I will say I've been losing some sleep over the past few trading days since I had some pretty significant losses last week. But I just didn't want to get greedy and let's just take the win. If AMD does rocket past 85, unless I'll collect a good amount of premium on these covered calls. So I'll be happy about that. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it to see if $80 holds up as a new area of resistance. But right now, based on my TA, I think 83 is definitely an area of resistance somewhere around there. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't think personally that AMD is going to get to 85 by next Friday unless something crazy happens and some really good news comes out in the market like a stimulus bill is passing. But we'll have to wait and see because as long as AMD trades in the high 70s or low 80s, I'll just keep selling covered calls of that and collecting that juicy premium. So again, stoked about that. Feel like I made a good play on AMD by waiting and not opening up a position yesterday because really wasn't happening yesterday. You can see we were trading in the mid 70s and today we had a nice kind of gap up in the early market hours. So happy about that. Now, the other play or the other position that I have open is that I have 200 shares of Space or Virgin Galactic. So as you can see, we had another green day in the market today, which I was super happy about. We gapped up, we opened up about 1.2%. Then just like AMD, we rallied all the way up until about noontime. And I actually sold a covered call, or I should say two covered calls because I own 200 shares of Space a little before I sold my AMD calls around 11 o'clock. So right around this area. And again, I was able to get a decent fill because same thing with AMD, looking at the 19 strike or where I was assigned my shares about a little over a month ago now, you know, $9 in premium was just not very juicy in my opinion. $9 divided by $1,900 in capital per contract, you know, it's not horrible. It's still about a 0.5% return on my capital, but I did the same thing. I said, let me look at the premiums for the following week. And same thing at the 19 strike, I can collect $39 in premium. So again, $39 divided by 9 for this week, it's over 4 times as much return on capital with only a couple more days from expiration, right? Because it's only, instead of about 3 days to expiration, it's basically 8 days to expiration. So I would basically wait 2 times as long, but collect 4 times as much premium. So that to me was, again, another no-brainer. So I sold covered calls for September 25th at my strike of 19. And at the time, I was actually able to sell them for $60 in premium. So right now, you can see they're trading for $39. So I'm already profitable, again, also by $21 per contract. So as of today, in one trading day, I'm up $42 on my Virgin Galactic covered calls and up $42 on my AMD calls. So I'm up almost $100 in a day, which again, super happy about. So just to do some quick math, $21 on a maximum of 60 on my space covered calls, I'm already up 35% on this trade. So again, super happy about that. You know, I think it's possible that Virgin Galactic will go to 19 by this Friday or maybe next Friday, but let's just take a look at the trading view chart here. So looking at space, I haven't done a 10-minute trade episode on space yet, but I will shortly. We can see, you know, during the day today, we got really close to my resistance level here at around $18. And you can see we got as high as just a little over 18. We got up to about 1804, 1806, maybe up to 1810. And I drew my resistance level at about 1830, 1820. So again, we got up there and we bounced right back down. So although we closed the day green up about 1.8%, I still think $18 is a pretty strong level of resistance right now. So again, unless something really good happens in the market, like a stimulus bill passing or this Fed meeting this week, you know, being very bullish in the market, it's very likely that by next Friday, we may not hit 19 yet on Virgin Galactic, which again is fine by me. I will just keep selling covered calls and collecting that juicy premium because again, $60 in premium divided by $1,900 that I have in capital in each contract, that is a return on capital of 3.2%. Wow, much, much better than the 0.5% I would have gotten by selling a covered call for this Friday. So really happy about that. Overall, had a good day in the market personally. Hope you all had a good day as well. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them in the Discord server below. And as always, happy trading.